And so they had great expectations on Sunday when they were waving the palm branches, saying Hosanna and all of that. And you know, in my mind, I thought, you know, do we sometimes have the same shallow expectations about who Jesus is? You know, and we don't want to admit it because, you know, that would mean, well, I'm not really deep in my theology, you know. But sometimes we really do. We kind of expect him to be kind of a Santa Claus type figure or something like that, and just give us what we want when we want it and leave us alone the rest of the time. And for heaven's sakes, don't place us under conviction. You know, don't do that. But I want us to go back this morning. I want us to go back 2,000 years ago and arrive with Jesus at a city that, you talk about a place that wanted change. The Jews were ready for change. They were all out of fun with the Roman Empire, okay? And they wanted a change. And they had known freedom. Don't get me wrong. They had known freedom to worship their God in the city of the temple. Okay, they had been given that. But with that was the constant reminder of the troops along, the constant reminder that Rome was in charge, that there was another city that was controlling their destiny, and that was Rome. The rulers of Rome actually allowed, at times, but in this time in history, they allowed indigenous religious displays up to a point. Okay, so Jesus coming in riding a donkey, I mean, what threat could he be? That's probably the way they thought. I mean, the guy's riding a donkey, for heaven's sakes. I mean, if he'd come in on a war horse leading an army, that'd be one thing. But here's a guy, I mean, he's got, you know, his ragtag group of 12 guys hanging out with him, and some women following behind, and he's riding a donkey. I mean, he's no threat to us. What difference could he possibly make? Now see, we maybe ought to ask that question today. What difference could he possibly make? If he rode into Winston-Salem, would we accept it? What difference would he make? And would it be a triumphal entry? Those are some of the questions that come to my mind. And we need to repeat this story. We need to tell the story. I mean, we rush to Easter sometimes, but we need to repeat this story in some form every year on the Sunday before Easter. We need to acknowledge, blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. And even as we shout our praise, you know, sometimes, you know, in the back of our mind, we want to know who it is we're praising. What kind of king is this? And that's why the traditional passage for this Sunday, a good one, is Philippians 2, 5 through 11. It's a description. It tells us, because as a congregation this week, and as believers all around the world this week, we'll be journeying to the cross, and we need to know what kind of king it is that we're worshiping.
All things wise.